This is the site where General Philip Dale Roddy was born about 1820 to Philip and Sarah Roddy. Philip Dale Roddy grew up in poverty. His father, a saddle maker and War of 1812 veteran, was one of the earliest murder victims of Moulton. Philip Dale was raised by his mother and received little education. He married Margaret McGaughey November 6, 1845, and Philip worked as a tailor, served as Lawrence County Sheriff and steamboat captain in Franklin County. In October 1862 at Tuscumbia, Roddy raised the company that became part of the 4th Alabama Cavalry. He served as captain, colonel, and brigadier general. His efforts in keeping the Union Army north of the Tennessee River earned him the title Defender of North Alabama. Roddy's battlefield encounters included Shiloh, Strader's Raid, General Dodge at Tuscumbia, and actions in Mississippi and Georgia. In his 1866 federal pardon, General Grant and other Union officers praised his honor and humane treatment of Northern sympathizers and prisoners. After the war, Roddy's family lived in Tuscumbia and became associated with a merchant house in New York. He died at London, England in 1897 and was buried in Greenwood Cemetery in Tuscaloosa. His mother lies in the McDonald Cemetery at Moulton next to her husband's reputed grave. The Roddy house collapsed on March 22nd, 1872. So the Roddy house was right here on this site, and as you can see, here comes this song that's etched with home of General Roddy from 1860 to 1865. This is Moulton, Alabama. Let's go. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another vlog. This is P9, and I'm here in the city of Moulton, Alabama. Moulton is a city that is located in Lawrence County, and it's also the seat of the county. As you can see, I'm standing outside of City Hall, and we're going to take a walk into the downtown area of Moulton. Now, Moulton incorporated in 1819, the same year that Alabama achieved statehood, and it competed with its rival, Courtland, which is a few miles north of Moulton. And Courtland, being a smaller city, ended up losing out. But actually, it was more so an issue with Moulton being centrally located in the county of Lawrence, so it ultimately got selected by Bibb, Thomas Bibb, the governor at the time. And as you can see, this city hall was actually originally a bank. It was the Bank of Moulton, which was founded in 1905, but this building was erected in 1966 and renovated and remodeled in 1981. So the Jake A. Jones Jr., architect from out of Atlanta, was the one who built and renovated. Consultant construction manager of St. Louis, Bank and Building and Equipment Corporation of America. So these are all the individuals who put together, who basically came together and built this building, which was originally a bank again, but it now functions as a city hall. So once again, Moulton was incorporated in 1819, the same year that Alabama became a state. Now the city is named after Lieutenant Michael Moulton, a soldier who was killed while fighting under General Andrew Jackson at the Battle of Horseshoe Bend. And population wise, the city has a little over 3,400, so close to 3,500 residents as of the most recent census. So it has reached its record high of population throughout its history. And this could be possibly attributed to the fact that Moulton is in such close proximity to Huntsville and Decatur, which themselves are fast growing cities, job market growth and all that stuff. So Moulton pretty much functions as a small town slash bedroom community of Huntsville and Decatur. And as you can see right here, I'm on Seminary Street and I'm facing this boutique shop called That's So Cute Boutique. Nice little local establishment. And you also have this really dope mural right here. It says, "Welcome to Moulton, Alabama." Again, it has the year of its establishment, 1819. I like the color scheme, the black and the red. I like how they have Alabama incorporated into the N right there. And you also have this drawing of the Pepsi Cola, the 12 ounce Pepsi Cola right here. And it looks like it says NW. I'm pretty sure that's the initials of the artist of this mural. Shout out to NW. And it's in dedication to attorney W.H. Skip Rogers, who lived from 1931 to 2020. So really nice mural welcoming to people to Moulton. So we got a few little shops down this way. This used to be what's called a Smoke and Mirrors, but it's in a building that's called Moulton Hall that was built in 1959. It's a brick building. Really cool. And they also have a blown away hair studio right here. John Burnham, attorney at law. And a barbershop, Flynn Owen Barbershop right over here. And they also have a sports grill right here. It's called Bobby Ray's Sports Grill. So it's cool that they have a sports bar downtown. And again, you have NW Paint right here with another cool painting. This is painted outside of Bobby Ray's. It just illustrates what you're gonna get when you go into Bobby Ray's. You're gonna get some karaoke. So you have the hamburger with the microphone right there, singing karaoke. You have the pizza with the hat with the feather on it, and then you have what looks like this chicken wing, I guess, with some shades and playing the guitar. So it looks like you have live music, karaoke, and also bingo. Bobby Ray's is a spot right here downtown Moulton. Pretty dope. And you have Neesmith's Hamburgers, open since 1966. So it's good that they have a locally owned spot that's been open for 60 years now, multiple generations. So this is Court Street and Main Street right here. So you have a florist. Right over there. It's called Lola Blues Flowers and Gifts. And you have a couple of other shops over there, including Court Street Antiques and another little boutique right in between those two shops. So we're right over here at the Courthouse Square. So right over here is a Main Street social event center. Now, unfortunately, there goes the courthouse right there. It is fenced off, so I can't go get the information. I can't go to the markers or anything. But that is the Lawrence County Courthouse. So I'm gonna at least go momentarily around to the front and capture the front of it. So they have what's called a Bass Trading Company, Antiques and Eclectic Collectibles. In Lawrence County Archives and History Building. So this was originally the Bank of Moulton, this building, but in 1990 it opened up the Lawrence County Archives, as you can see right here. So I guess in there they have pretty much a lot of different images and things of that nature that display the history of Lawrence County. And again, this is Bank of Moulton. It was founded in 1905 and erected in 1966, the same year that the other building, which now houses City Hall, was erected. So I guess they erected two banks of Moultons right here, same similar architecture. And again, you had H. Lloyd Hill, architect from Atlanta, R.P. Montgomery and Sons, general contractor. So they built two buildings right here in Moulton. Looks like some law firms on this street, on this side of Main Street. This building is the Moulton Housing Authority. So I guess it's like the apartment. This is potentially an apartment building. And you also have across the street, you have what's called Brewers Heating and Air Insulation. So let's go check it out. They're closed because it is Saturday, by the way, which is why a lot of these businesses are closed. A lot of these businesses are only open Monday through Friday. So you have the Moulton Advertiser. So $1 per newspaper. You got the Moulton Advertiser right here, and you have the Decatur Daily right here. So you can take in publications from both cities. That's how close they are to each other. It looks like, I don't know, they have some transmitters for radio transmitters right here. So I wonder if it's a radio station. No, actually, no, this is the Lawrence County Emergency Management Agency and 911 Center. Okay. So they're responsible for handling emergencies. The Lawrence County EMA. And they have this flag right here, this American flag. And it's in honor and remembrance of the heroes and victims in the fight against terrorism, and to celebrate all the enduring spirit of all Americans presented by Woodman Life. Okay, so really nice that they honored all of the servicemen, first responders, people like that. And that right there is a church, Church of Christ. Oh, so I guess this is a radio station over here. It's WALW 97.9 FM. Okay, so they broadcast their station out of Moulton. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I figured those transmitter towers were used for something. So this is also part of the Moulton Church of Christ building. And see that image right there? It says a sower went forth to sow. So basically saying that you reap what you sow. If you you sow some seeds, you plant the seeds, you generally are going to get a harvest of whatever seeds that you plant. Just make sure you plant the right seeds. Make sure you sow the right seeds. So let me see what this marker reads right here. Now this building was actually erected in 1958 and it was erected and built by Stone Construction Company, and the architect was Paul Hoferbert, and the Board of Revenue was erected in 1958. So I'm guessing this building was originally the Lawrence County Health Center, but apparently it looks like it's on the church, like it's the church owns it now, more than likely. Church of Christ operates out that building. I'm over here in front of the Lawrence County Judicial and Administrative Center. So it looks like a pretty modern building right here. And this is where all the administrative work and the judicial processes take place. Right here. So it's another one of those government offices and annex buildings to the county courthouse. And this is, by the way, on Market Street here in downtown Moulton. At the corner of Market and Lawrence Street. Vicky's. It's like a clothing store. Salon 360. I just wish that courthouse wasn't fenced off. I guess they're doing like some type of construction or renovations to the building. But this is the Lawrence County School Board building, it looks like. Shelton's Clothing and Outdoors. So apparently they sell all these different brands. You can also shop online at this store. It's pretty cool. So it's basically for the outdoors enthusiasts. Shop online at www.sheltonsclothing.com. Overalls, Wrangler. And they actually have the address right here where the establishment is located. So it's located outside of downtown on the County Road 87 to be exact. So that's pretty cool. It's like a paint shop right here. Mama Paints. A lot of stuff closed today. Brele's, I think that's how you pronounce it. Brele's, I think that's how it's pronounced. There's a little clothing shop right here as well. So a few clothing stores down here, downtown Moulton. At the corner of Market and Court Street. And this signpost was donated in memory of Bill Stewart, who gave his time, energy, and love in an unselfish manner to the citizens of his adopted hometown. So this is in reference to Bill Stewart, who just so looked like he was just a really good local citizen and just basically a community person, you know. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And this is a marker for Anne Newport Royale, born in June 1769 in Maryland and married in 1797. Anne Royal became a wealthy widow upon her Revolutionary War veteran husband's death in 1813. However, her husband's family filed an ultimately successful suit for his estate. While she waited for the trial results, Anne traveled North Alabama and lived near this site in Huntsville and Melton's Bluff, where she appeared on the 1820 census. Royal wrote letters from Alabama 1817, 1822 about her early travels here while living at Melton's Bluff, and visited with Cherokees and described and detailed their dress and lifestyles. There she also met John Coffey, Gideon Blackburn, and Andrew Jackson. After writing other books, Royal began a weekly newspaper in Washington, D.C. on December 3rd, 1831, named Paul Pry, noted for its strong satire and biting personal attacks. She was the first person to conduct a presidential press conference and the first woman convicted of being a common scold in America. Upon learning the verdict of the contested will in 1823, and for the rest of her life, Royal lived in virtual poverty, though presidents and powerful men learned to fear her writings. Upon her death, October 1st, 1854, her estate was 31 cents. Wow. Anne Newport Royal was buried in the Congressional Cemetery in Washington, D.C. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. So she tried to get her sue for her husband's estate and wound up virtually penniless. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. So it seems like she was quite a figure in the mid 19th century when it came to personal attacks and presidential conferences, anything related to the electoral process. It's crazy. So this is like a church right here. And you see this little statue right here, this fountain. It's really cool, really nice church grounds. They have that gazebo over there. Let me go check out, see what the name of this church is real quick. First Methodist Church. So it's the First Methodist Church. So they have a really nice courtyard, really nicely designed, landscape, all that good stuff. First Methodist Church right here in Moulton. And check out this abandoned lot right here in between this in between these two establishments right over here. It's abandoned, but they do, it looks like it should be purposed for like a little kind of like a little courtyard, so to speak. And it's crazy because I can hear my echo over here. But you know, you got some nice flowers and a couple of benches sitting over here, so that's dope. Oh, so these are actually unoccupied. These are vacant storefronts right here. I guess every downtown has vacant storefronts somewhere. And there's no indications that those spots are for rent or anything like that. But yes, guys, this location is temporarily closed. This is the front of the Lawrence County Courthouse. So they actually have over there, typical of most courthouses, they have a Veterans Memorial and honoring all of the fallen soldiers in the multiple conflicts that the U.S. took part in throughout history. And also it has the, you know, the marker, basically laying out the history of Lawrence County. Lawrence County is a county that's actually older than the state of Alabama itself. And it was created by the territorial legislature of Alabama back in 1818 from land ceded by Cherokee and Chickasaw Indians. And it was named after Captain James Lawrence. So yeah, that's pretty much in short, the history of Lawrence County. And this courthouse has been sitting here for a very long time. Obviously, since then, since the mid 19th century. And they have this little area patched off, or fenced off, I'm sorry, fenced off. But they have a fashion boutique right here called Bella and Blake. So they got a lot of clothing shops downtown Moulton. For it to be such a small town, they have a lot of fashion shops, you know, clothing shops for the ladies. And this is the I believe this is the W.R. Jackson building, built in 1932. So this building is now about 90, what is it, 32, 25, 93 years old. Jeremy's Lock and Key, so they have a lock and key shop over here as well. So yeah, this pretty much sums up the downtown Moulton So I'm gonna end this vlog over here by the county courthouse. And I'd like to thank everybody for tapping into this vlog. If you made it this far, make sure you hit the like button. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe along with the notification bell. Once you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, make sure you tap all to make sure that you get notified each and every time I drop a new vlog. And with that in mind, shout out to all the establishments that are still operating and functioning right here in downtown Moulton. Until next time, people, thanks for watching. Peace.